Hey everybody, Michael Wild. I work here in Austin, Texas for Splunk. People call me the Splunk Ninja, and I joined the engineering team recently. South by Southwest is a 9-day event that happens here in Austin, Texas. It's kind of like a big mashup of the high-tech, music, and film industries. We had 2 sessions at South by Southwest. The one that Mark Seward did, that was a big data security smackdown. And Eric Swan and I had a session on what was called Big Data for Every Man. The goal was really to demystify data in general, because we had a standing room only crowd of 140, 150 people. Not everyone were developers, some were marketing. And to give them some insight into what data looks like, some tools to be able to dissect it and explore it. And we used some really cool examples with the Splunk product and some great data provided by a company called GNIP that really helped us illustrate those points.
Now, all this data coming off of social networks in Splunk is going to allow us to get some really interesting information. But before we do that, let's take a look at the actual raw data. First, Twitter. We're indexing data from a real-time Twitter stream. Twitter's events, beautiful. Structured, JSON, key value pairs, easy to read for machines and humans. Filtering just on South by Southwest tweets. Of course, there's a lot going on. Splunk is automatically detecting fields, giving us some structure, and allowing us to easily see a rich amount of information. Information in the actual tweets, popular hashtags, counts of followers versus friends, an in-depth look on the actual behavior of people who are tweeting right now at South by Southwest. Foursquare check-ins are going to show up real time. Very nice. Another set of JSON events. Looks like people are checking in from home and from fire stations. Let's look at Foursquare check-ins in Austin. Focusing on the geolocation, we can see popular venues that folks are checking in. And as we see this update, these are real-time check-ins that are occurring on mobile phones. We can see the venue name and the gender of the person checking in. Now let's take the data and turn it into information. We put together some cool dashboards that reveal interesting info on what's going on at South by Southwest. As we can see, the speedometer shows us the number of times South by Southwest has been mentioned on Twitter. We can see our set of folks checking in, the most popular rock clubs, and the most popular type of events. Most popular hashtags being tweeted about at South by. Other interesting stats, even check-ins plotted on a map so we can see where people actually are. Now, it gets a little bit more fun if we look at the check-ins by category and drill into nightlife spots. Splunk is quickly showing us the most popular venues, and let's look at over time because we might want to know when people are actually arriving at particular venues to figure out the most popular ones. Let's explore one of those venues a bit further. Maggie Maes. Let's drill in there. Maggie Maes, popular establishment in Austin. But what we might want to know is when do different genders show up at Maggie Maes over time. And Splunk easily lets us pivot and drill down. Those 8 o'clock in the morning folks are probably working there. But if we pay attention to the rest of the day, we get an interesting distribution of males versus females over time. Now, if that doesn't help you figure out where you want to go, maybe this will. With real-time data from Foursquare and a Splunk server at our disposal, we're able to figure out the most popular places where men and women are hanging tonight. So now, before you head out, you know where all the guys and all the girls are at South by Southwest. But which bands are they seeing? We got that too. Now, to take it one level up, we mashed up sked.org's event guide at South by Southwest with the Foursquare check-in. So Splunk is doing a temporal lookup, which means if you checked in at a particular time, we can tell which band you're watching. With this data, it's simple to see what the most popular events are during the day. Looks like Perez Hilton and Snoop Dogg are tweeting, but wouldn't it be cooler to just watch it happen? We've taken the tweets in real time from South by Southwest and plotted them on a map. Zoom in a bit more to get a bit better view of what's happening in Austin. Pan over to the left, and there's a tweet right over there. Wouldn't it be cool if we could see what it says? Point, click, there you go. What does this guy have to say? Looks like Betsy's is running 45 minutes to an hour behind schedule. And how did we put that on a map? The coordinates are right there in a tweet. A day after our big data session at South by, a man named Chuck DeFeo stopped me on the street. Had a few really nice things to say. Thanks, Chuck.